Why, hello there. You must be here for the story of me and my men from Port Chicago. I'm Joe Small. Well, as you can imagine, back in 1943, when I enlisted in the Navy, I thought I was going to be on a boat much like this one. But no, because of those segregation laws in the Navy, I often had the hopes of being a mess cook just to be on a boat. But instead, they sent me to Port Chicago, a story which I'm going to tell you all about. When I first arrived at Port Chicago after a training camp in the Great Lakes, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. San Francisco is a mysterious place. But first day, it got kind of rough. Hey you swine!
Sir.
You and the rest of your men that just came down here are going to be down on the docks loading bombs into all the boats. That's it.
Sir, yes sir. You guys are the worst. I don't want to be doing that. I want to be out here fighting a war for America with my brothers in arms in the Navy. The Navy!
On the docks with all the racism of just only black soldiers working down there loading the bombs, I thought that I could get a break going into town, pick up a few ladies, have a cold brew, but no, racism even extended out there.
Sir, one brewski over here, please.
I don't see anybody.
Right here, hard-working Navy man.
Saying the Navy?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know they allowed blacks in our Navy.
I'm in there. I'm in the Navy, fighting this war.
We don't serve your kind here. Leave, you scum.
Son of a biscuit, man. I'm out here just trying to fight this war. Just want to be in the Navy. I wanted to be a chef. Just wanted to be in the mess kitchen. Can't do that. Can't get a drink. What is this country?
While I was down on the docks loading the bombs, all the officers, they just kept pushing us harder and harder. They were betting men on our money. They challenged our talents to places never seen. How many is that?
23, sir.
Only 23? I have $100 right now this week. Speed it up.
This guy's really getting on my nerves. Thinks he's winning this war. All he's doing is keeping the best men out of it.
Late one night, while I was reading my book, one of the crews, they were still loading bombs after lights out. And then suddenly...
Follow me, men! We need to get out of here!
After the explosion, we were sent to Camp Shoemaker. We had no idea what we were doing or how long we were going to be there. But boy, we were kind of frightened.
I don't know when we're gonna get back to work, but all I know is I don't want to be back on those docks. It's a massacre out there.
A paper got floated around in one of the barracks of people signing a petition to tell the employees that they do not want to work at the docks but will work something else. Me being the leader I was, figured that having a paper with names of defiant soldiers was a bad idea. So I took it and destroyed it. The next day going to work, that is when I say black soldiers got their true freedom, or the first step.
2 hops this time. Left, right, backwards, reverse.
Bear left.
Sir.
Why did you not go column left?
Because I don't want to do that.
Are you telling me that you will not load bombs?
I will not load bombs anymore, sir.
So you will disobey my commands to load the bombs?
Yes, I will.
Stand here while I go get the lieutenant and we'll figure things out.
What you got?
What's your name?
Joe Small.
Are you sure you don't want to go back to work?
I'm not loading no bombs and no boats.
Alright, take a seat.
Don't tell me what to do, I'm gonna stand.
After that, another 100 or so soldiers followed Joe's lead,
Thanks.
and each of them took the faces of mutiny. Later that day, Lieutenant came back and talked to many of them, with only 50 remaining to stay because the lieutenant faced us with death. And all the 50 that stayed were willing to take that sacrifice if that meant black sailors' rights. The military took us and put us on a barge where we sat there for days and days. The people got feisty. They started fighting with each other. But the lieutenant pulled me aside, recognizing my leadership abilities, and told me to talk to the people.
Gentlemen, we cannot act like rapscallions. We must behave ourselves. We must be courteous. We must be the bigger men here.
Thank you, sir. I needed that.
Yes, you did, son.
Joe was thinking to himself, boy, if I'm gonna get my way, how are others gonna treat me? I don't even know what's coming up in the near future, or when they're even gonna follow through with these mutiny charges. I know it's crazy, but I'm thinking, yeah, I believe I should not load bombs. They think I'm crazy, but boy, are they wrong. They don't know how dangerous it is. They don't go out in the world. And no, I will not load bombs, even if that means I have to go to court. Which was awkward, because that is where I found myself next, with the rest of the 50 defendants in front of a board of Navy generals. Joe Small, do you understand the charges that have been placed against you, and that the charge of mutiny is carried with a death sentence
Yes,
at
sir.
most?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to say about your crime of refusing to follow your superior's orders?
Never refused to follow any orders. I just refused to load bombs.
Is that all you have to say from that?
You don't see any white people down on those docks. You don't see any white people risking their lives loading bombs. You don't see them put on the sideline of the war. All you got is me and my brothers down on the docks. This needs to change. This isn't a mutiny trial. This is racism.
The trial went on for days and days, months on end. They got national attention from many local chapters of the NAACP. Thurgood Marshall even came to observe. They covered it in all the newspapers. And this whole racism deal was never addressed in the courtroom, really. Mainly just by the people. The verdict was in. And the verdict of the trial, all 50 are found guilty of mutiny. 10 years in prison for all.
Ah! Don't! No! I'm innocent!
News of this verdict outraged many people that were following this. They petitioned and petitioned. And finally, after a year and a half in prison, all 50 men were granted freedom.
Freedom. At last. And now, back in the Navy.
Yeah! I got placed on a boat once I left that jail. Once I got off the boat, you know I went to that same bar. I ordered a beer, he refused me, but then my buddy Charles, he had my back, and I got my drink.